Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there. Tori,
Yes, everybody, welcome back to Lasgidi Effect. It's
Yes,
your
yes,
I've
yes.
said it now, it's your favorite YouTube show. You guys should keep watching Lasgidi Effect. Remember to like our videos, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're back again. And it's Lasgidi Effect. It's just, a bunch of Niger boys who just come here to talk about football, to banter a little bit, we try out some kind Niger flavor every now and
you
then.
know.
So big ups to everybody watching us. Today, of course, I have Mossy Boy. Mossy Boy, how's it going, brother?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just same old chilling. You know,
Arsenal, they're making you happy this period now.
come on, man. But they're making you happy, but to me, they're still not.
Oh well,
They're
I
still
mean,
not 100% for me.
I think the
Yeah,
only thing we can say is they. I don't think that well, I don't know that we can have 100% under
yeah,
this current administration. I
yeah.
only think that there's some things that are going on well. I mean, we're
Mm.
winning games
Yeah,
that
we're
we
winning
should be
game.
winning.
Just support the team. Yeah,
Exactly. We're winning the
yeah.
games we should be winning. If we are losing those games now, it will be causing problems.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're delivering on that end. Every other thing is just,
Mhm.
there's a lot of drama at the moment, but it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to say that, when I was watching that Sunderland game, I was like, Mossy Boy wants these people to be completely
That is
battered.
exactly what I want. That is
And
exactly
like, you
what I
got
want
what you
Arsenal
wanted.
to do. Next time, he's gonna watch his mouth. Arsenal to Sunderland. Come on, man. That's exactly what I want. Just to teach him a lesson that don't, even though if Arsenal is playing badly, don't ever come and compare yourself, your team. They're playing League One, for goodness sake. Your team. If your team is in the same bracket as Arsenal, you're not gonna be playing at League One. You definitely be in
But
the Premier League. So don't, and later on he kind of trying to kind of apologize for what he said.
yeah,
Maybe probably he's trying to apologize. So Arsenal, they're not going to come hard on it. We kind of teach him a lesson.
yeah,
Teach,
yeah. I was
teach
just,
him
I
a
was
lesson.
really sad that we considered that goal that we considered. It
Yeah,
was just
like I always said, I don't mind if we concede goals as long as we show commitment. We show that yes, we actually put in 100% in. Team can score us, I don't mind, but don't let us give them cheap goals. Man City,
but
Liverpool, they concede goals, but
true.
team work hard to score against them. If you understand what I mean. So that's one what I'm asking for. I know Sunderland team, that Sunderland team, they will be in their coach or whatever, whichever way they come to whichever way they come to Emirates,
To
they will be
Emirates.
they will be talking to each other and say, "Damn, that Arsenal team are good,"
Yeah,
because
they're good.
we just
Especially in that second half. We killed them in the second
we
half.
kill them. That guy Pepe nutmeg twice. That guy should actually they need to
I
they just
can't pity the guy because
oh my god, they just
Pepe
need
now
to.
now this guy offend you, you want kill him.
Man, I don't know, man.
Right,
That
and I
guy
think
needs to.
it showed that they weren't a Premier League team. I'll tell you
It
why. You
shows.
see,
It shows. It
there's
shows
no
because.
Premier League team. If Pepe is
Mm,
on the pitch, you
mhm.
always double up against him. You
Yeah,
see,
but
you don't leave one man to face Pepe.
to face Pepe,
He
no,
has that ability, and
yeah,
Premier League
that's right.
sides will always double up against Pepe. I think that's one of the mistakes they made.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Because leaving that guy alone
but
with Pepe, they just sent out. Even when he wasn't not smacking him, he was still just getting
he was
past
still
him.
just like, that's
You
right.
know,
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, it
yeah,
was a good game. Like I said, it was. That's
yeah.
really what you would expect us now to do with a team like Sunderland. You
John
beat
Sunderland.
them
Yeah, that's
and
right.
you keep it moving. And that's what we
That's
did.
right.
But now we have to play Liverpool in the semi-finals of that Carabao Cup.
Yeah,
Um, which is really like the teams that are in there, right? Apart from, I was going to say that Leicester City, they really messed up because they were leading Liverpool yesterday, but allowed Liverpool to get back. I mean, maybe they didn't allow, but Liverpool found a way to get back in the game, and Liverpool eventually won that game. So you have Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs. Oh, you want to say
Leicester,
something? Go.
Leicester really annoyed me yesterday. No, no, normally, let me say this. Let me say this. If it's only, I would say maybe probably it only happens to probably Leicester or Tottenham. Any other Premier League leaving Liverpool 3-1. Liverpool, they're going to manage that game. But Leicester was like, he from man, those players, right? Yeah, if the thing where I go say we say that their manager self need Kuboku.
They need to flog that guy.
They need to flog that guy. I'm telling you. You are leading 3-1. Just shut the midfield. Just bring your defensive midfield in and just shut it down. Don't let Liverpool kind of penetrate. You understand what I mean? Oh
Yeah,
my God. Don't
I
even
don't know how they did what they did. You know.
man.
Well, funny enough, I've seen us do. I remember Carabao Cup. I think it was the Emery season. We had a similar game with Liverpool that ended up
Yeah,
five
but
five.
that one we didn't go 2 goals ahead or 3 goals ahead. No. Because they score, we score, they score, we score, they score, we score. That is it. That is that one there. That we finish 5-0.
Five.
Then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go on
It was a
penalties.
crazy game.
That is
But
that is that one. But
yeah, man,
if
I was really hoping Leicester would win that game
come
yesterday,
on,
but they
man, if
didn't.
Liverpool, assuming it's Liverpool that are 2 goals ahead, Leicester ain't coming back into that
They're
game.
never coming back. That's the
They,
truth.
they ain't coming back
That's
to
the
that
truth.
game at all.
But anyway, so I mean, in that competition now, there's Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs, right? So
Spurs,
we
yeah.
play Liverpool in the next leg,
I
and
actually want
Chelsea
Spurs in the next
face
leg, but
Spurs. Some people are saying, oh, like if we can beat, people are saying we could potentially have a North London derby final, and I'm like, no, I don't want
no,
that.
I don't
The
want that.
last thing I want is to give Spurs the opportunity to win a trophy with, by beating Arsenal. So even
Mm,
if for some, amazing reason they have a good manager, they're informed, they want to
mm.
go on and win the Carabao Cup, it shouldn't be Arsenal they should beat
They should
to
beat.
get
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
There'll really be another club.
Hmm. I
But
think the final is going to be the 2 London clubs. That's all. But it's either Chelsea. It's going to be Chelsea and Arsenal in the final.
yeah, I mean, let's
Hmm.
hope that we can get the job done
Because
against Liverpool.
To me, Klopp doesn't really care about this Carabao Cup anyway. It's better to go and win a bigger trophy than Carabao Cup.
And you're right,
So,
he sticks to young guns in the Carabao
yeah,
Cup.
but that yesterday he gave Leicester the chance to go through to the next round, but they messed it up.
Yeah, it's why Leicester were able to score the number of goals they were able to score because he was playing a bunch of youngins,
Young,
right?
you
The
know.
moment he brought proper players on the pitch, it became a problem.
Mm,
But yeah, I mean,
mhm.
the next game there against Liverpool is in January, so we'll see
Yeah.
what Arsenal can make of it.
Yeah, but because it's gonna be 2 legs. So on the first leg, I'm sure Klopp will probably be playing some young players, okay? Because their next game, if we play in the week, Saturday they will be playing Chelsea. So I think the first leg at the Emirates, we probably need to go. Any team Liverpool put out, we just probably need to go there and just finish them off. If we now go to Anfield, all we just need to be is just be professional and just kind of manage the game for 90 minutes. But because the next leg it will probably be coming
With a better team.
with a better team. So yeah.
Yeah, I
But on
mean,
the
let's
first leg
let's see what happens.
we see what happened anyway. So
There's a
yeah.
lot that will happen between now and then, and hopefully
Hmm.
Arsenal can actually edge it. It'll be good to win
Mm.
this trophy. I know it's not the major trophy,
It's not a
but
major
like
trophy, but it's
a trophy
something.
is a trophy. It lifts the
This trophy
spirits,
is a trophy. Yeah.
So if you win it,
Hmm.
that's pretty good.
Hmm.
Another game that we played in this time as well was against Leeds. I remember when we are predicting the Leeds game.
Mm.
You had said that you actually thought Arsenal would edge it,
Hmm.
1-0. We
Hmm.
ended up beating Leeds 4-1.
4-1. Yeah.
It was funny because like you could have you could have been much more than 4-1.
4-1. Yeah.
If you're
But
taking
I
number
don't
some
even
of these
I can't
chances.
believe they actually score a goal. Actually, I don't know why Ben
It
White
was
is
Ben White
thinking
and that penalty, I don't
that
know.
tackle is a clean tackle. You don't
That
need to go down there. Just stand up. Stand up on it. Stand up. You're in the box. Stand up and
sometimes I
just
don't know what just goes
you
on
know.
in the mind of these defenders. Like you're in the
Did
box.
you
What do you think is gonna happen, dude?
who was that?
I said something. I don't know what goes on in the mind of these defenders. Like he's in
I
the
don't
box.
know.
Like
I
what
don't
did he
know.
think was going to happen when you
Hmm.
make that kind of tackle in the box? You're
In
more
the box,
80% of the
eighty
time you give
percent
away
of chance is
penalty.
gonna be penalty. But did you see? Did you watch Rob? Okay, I know we're playing Sunderland, but I keep saying, yeah, this Ben White is not better than Rob Holding. And I will keep saying it because if not because he's playing with Gabriel Magalhaes at the back, what does he offer?
Bruh, I'm
What
telling
does
you,
he offer?
facts on facts. If we didn't have Gabriel in that defense,
Mm,
Ben White would have been exposed.
I'm
I'm not
telling you,
joking.
it's
He would
not
have been
quick.
exposed.
It's not quick. Rob Holding is not quick. Okay, let's say it can do 50, 45 yard pass. Rob Holding can head the ball
But
better
the
than
truth is,
him.
I don't even, and I said this right. I remember yesterday I saw a clip of David Luiz, some of
Hmm.
his good attacking plays for us now, right?
Yeah.
What David Luiz, yes, he had a lot of like defensive, some moments defensively, it was just crazy,
Hmm.
right? But the special thing he offered that helped us the most last season was
Hmm.
those long passes. It
Hmm.
doesn't even have to be like over the top from the defense, but even sometimes when he finds himself in midfield, you see the kind of pass that Xhaka gave Martinelli for that goal against
Yeah.
Leeds.
Yeah.
Luis used to make those kind of passes as well.
Hmm.
And I always thought that, when people started to talk about Ben White, that these were the kinds of things that Ben White could replicate.
Hmm.
And then also now add better defending than David Luiz to it.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I don't think Ben White has those passes in his locker.
No.
What he has instead is driving runs from the defense. So you can see him when he spots some space, he can
He just
drive
run into
from
it.
the defense,
Yeah, but
and start an
David
attack.
Luiz can do that as well.
Do you get so like that's what Ben White has? Like at the end of
Mm,
the day, when you look at it, it doesn't have what David Luiz had, right?
mm.
Because you know how many times David Luiz will ping the ball from defense and try to find Saka or
And
try to
he's gonna
find
find one
Aubameyang.
of the wingers.
You
Yeah.
get like this guy isn't doing that. This guy doesn't know
Mm,
how to do that, and that's just the
mm,
fact, right? And then the defending is now not even 100%. You can see
mm-hmm,
when the moment Tomiyasu came off,
mm-hmm.
and I say this a lot, Ben White gets a lot of protection from Tomiyasu and Gabriel.
From Tomiyasu, yeah, that's
The
right, yeah.
moment Tomiyasu came off, and Cedric, who obviously isn't probably isn't as good as Tomiyasu, and obviously had not played for a long time, he came
Hmm.
off and like that wing just became that right back became the target, and you
Yeah,
could
that's
see
right, yeah.
eventually when they got their goal, they had coming from right back before Ben White then tackled the man in the box.
Hmm.
The moment Cedric replaced Tomiyasu, like Ben White was in
They just
trouble.
exploit.
He was in trouble. He
They
was
just
in
exploit,
pure
man.
trouble. And it's obvious Cedric didn't have the best game in that match. So, but it is what
Mm.
it is, right? At the end of the day, we can't complain. We won.
Yeah, but we get the 3 points, so it's fine. No? It's
We
fine.
have the 3 points. We're still
Hmm.
sitting in fourth place in the league. Although a number of people behind us have games in
They have
hand.
games. They have like about 3 games in hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
United, I mean, West Ham have one in hand. United have two in hand. Spurs have three in hand. So there's a lot of teams with games in hand there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but I mean, it's still good. It's better that we're sitting in fourth than we're sitting in eighth.
In eighth,
Um,
that's right.
goal difference is also is no longer negative. Goal
Yes,
difference
yeah,
is
that's
now
right.
four.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, look at God, look at us now. Uh,
Hmm.
so it's interesting times. And we go into the coming week now. We have
Yeah.
two games in 2 days,
Hmm.
which I don't know what you think about that, Mercy Boy, but we have a game on the 26th, and then we have another game on if I'm correct, the 28th. It's like two
I
days.
think so.
And the one on the
Yeah.
28th is even a bit early. I'm like, what's wrong with the Premier League and these congested fixtures?
Uh,
How did you have 2 days to just rest?
I don't know, but because normally all the teams that have games in hand, let's say let me look at it this way. Because we've played all the games that we should have played. We've played all our
Yes.
18 games. We didn't call any game off.
Yes.
At least all the teams that that played that 18 game, they can give them the Boxing Day off. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean? Then The people that have games in hand go and play on Boxing Day, maybe probably 2 or 3 days later they can, or they can go and play again, and they can do the catch up on in the new year. So we know everybody has played all the games that they have in hand. Everybody is on 18 games. So
Hmm.
that is kind of know where everybody is. That is the reason why Mikel Arteta is kind of asking for clarification that, okay,
On
what
it,
what
and I
is
don't
he?
even know the. I mean, 18 games. That's one more game, and then you've played half of the season, right?
Yeah.
The only team we have not played, like the team that would have been 19, is
Mm,
Wolves, right? We haven't played
yeah.
Wolves this season. We've already played Norwich this season. We beat them
Hmm.
in the first leg. So I'm
And
like,
we got them again on 26.
yes, and we're already playing them again before we even
Mm.
play Wolves. That would have
Wolves.
been,
Then we haven't played Wolves at all
we
this
haven't played
season.
Wolves. So I'm like, let's just play the Wolves game, push the Norwich game to whenever, like
Mm.
let these guys get some. I mean, I also think about the fact that the players, the human beings, it's the Christmas period. They want to spend some time with their family and all
With
of
their
that.
family, yeah.
But we are just going to use them as entertainment. It's all
Mm,
good, Sha.
Yeah. So
But anyways, how are you feeling about the Norwich game? Let's start with that Norwich game.
the Norwich game. So, but I think Norwich they still haven't found their feet yet. Anyway, so and Arsenal they're getting better by game by game they're getting better. So I think even though if we are going away, we probably edge it again. Like I said, against Leeds, because Leeds are complaining that they got all their main boys injured. They're playing the kids. Arsenal are playing
Yeah.
the kids as well.
Our own
We-
kids are on
Arsenal,
another level, Sha.
Arsenal, Arsenal are playing the kids as well. So that one is not, to me. That one is not an excuse. Look at all the young. I want to say maybe probably Arsenal got the youngest squad in the
Yeah, but we
league at the
still have
moment.
like average age. Our squad is still the youngest in the league.
In the
So
league.
you're right.
So if you're saying that you're playing kids, then we're playing kids as well. So that one is not. Emil Smith Rowe is the top goal scorer in Arsenal, same as Cristiano Ronaldo, and he ain't played any penalty yet. And Cristiano Ronaldo has played how many penalty? So you understand what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe can't stop scoring at the moment. The
Can't stop
man's coming off
scoring,
the
man. You
bench and
can't stop
banging in
scoring.
at least
I
one.
think him playing against Sunderland, he just take foot off. He
He
just
didn't
don't.
even do well against Sunderland.
No, no,
What's
he,
going on
he
here?
he does. He just don't want to kind of put on 150. Smith Rowe is playing at 40% in that game. That's why it looks like he's not in the game at all. He just kind of cautious, and he wants to play more Premier League game than in this Carabao Cup. So I I don't know why Mikel Arteta wants to use Martinelli. You shouldn't be. We're winning. Don't bring Martinelli in at all. Just wrap him up for Premier League game. You
Ah,
brought him in, and the first challenge on him, they kick him hard.
it could have
If that
injured
guy
him.
get injured, we don't have any other
I'm
striker.
always very scared when somebody tackles Martinelli like that because I
You
know that he
understand
has
what I
had
mean?
injury problems in the past. I'm like,
Mm,
oh, if gets injured against Sunderland, that would be so
mm.
terrible,
It still
because
be
this
so
wasn't even a
terrible.
game. We
And
didn't even need him.
mm,
You
one
could
more
have
thing.
brought on
One more
Patino
thing.
earlier.
Another thing I want to say is another thing I want to say is everybody is just they're hyping Nketiah because he scored hat trick. Listen, I know that we only beat what is in front of you. We're playing League One, for goodness sake. Everybody was just saying that, oh yeah, he needs to sign the contract, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. He hasn't scored hat trick in the Premier League for Arsenal. Nketiah, I'm sorry to say this, Nketiah is not the type of level of striker Arsenal need at the moment. Go and watch all the Premier League game Nketiah has played. He's just don't he just don't get to that level. It's always struggle. He never get to that level at all. So
Yeah,
everybody just hype, oh, Nketiah is got hat trick, this and that. If he wants to go, let him go.
I mean,
We
I think, and I've
we
always
can
said this
get a better
about
striker. I don't
Nketiah,
know why
right?
Atata was just saying that, oh, you want him to stay. Why do you want him to stay? If we only have him and Aubameyang, and Aubameyang is not banging and go, I will carry on playing Aubameyang all the time.
Right. And I've always said this about Nketiah, right? I think that Eddie Nketiah is 22 now, right?
Yeah.
So by all standards, he's at a stage in his career where he should be trying to lock down a
How old is
starting position.
Martinelli? How old is Martinelli?
I think
20.
Martinelli is 20,
And
21.
look at what Martinelli is doing compared to Nketiah is doing. What Nketiah and Nketiah has been in the first team for how long?
Yeah, I just think that like he's in a position where he's 20, yeah. It's in a stage in his career where he should be trying to lock down a starting position in a club,
In the
right?
club, yeah.
Unfortunately, there's people who are better than him at Arsenal. So
Hmm.
he might not be able to lock down that position at Arsenal.
Hmm.
He needs to go somewhere where it can it can be the starting man and
Yeah,
start
he
to
wants to be the
establish
main
himself,
man for them. Yeah.
start to establish himself as a striker in
Hmm.
football, start to
Yeah.
generate his own stats. And I don't think he can do that at Arsenal at the moment
At
because
the
there's just
moment, yeah.
in fact people are saying let's go into the transfer market and sign another striker. So there is no space for Edin Ketia. That's just the truth.
It's
And
just
it's
like I said to you in the show before. If Aubameyang decide to leave, I will go to Aston Villa and go and get what's the name of their striker?
Oli Watkins.
Oli Watkins. I love that guy. That guy is he can hold up the play. He is quick. He can score. Oli Watkins for me, he will fit into the system Arteta wants to play perfectly.
You get, and you're not the only one who is saying it. Some people are saying Watkins, some people are saying Tony. There's a number of people we've been linked to. So obviously, you know that Mikel Arteta is not going to
To me,
trust.
the people they just hyping that Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney will get to Arsenal. He's gonna be
I
scared.
don't even like him, right? I don't like.
I don't. But Oli Watkins, that is the striker I want for me.
Yeah, so like Nketiah is not going to Ateta is not going to trust Nketiah with that starting position. So I don't really know
No,
why is trying to get Eddie to sign. I'm like, let the guy go, and establish
he just
himself
want to get
somewhere.
him to sign, and
You're not
he
gonna
will sit
use
on the
him.
bench.
So
You're not
why
gonna
do you want
use
to
him,
spoil
man.
the guy's life? Like
Hmm.
he's at the end of the day, if he's not good enough for this club, let
Hmm.
him go somewhere where they will
Let him go
trust him
somewhere else.
and he will
This is
play.
what is happening to Reece Nelson. You
Do you
play him
understand?
a
Like
couple of games at the beginning of
don't ruin their
last
lives.
season, and
Do you
now
understand?
Reece Nelson
So
is not sniffing. He's sniffing the first team at all.
exactly. So like I don't know why I feel I mean it's just sad that we're going to let a good player, regardless of whatever it is, he's a
Hmm.
good prospect. We're gonna let him go for a free transfer. That's the only thing that hurts a little bit. Because that
You know,
we've not managed
listen.
the situation enough to be able to
Sometimes,
get money out of him.
yeah,
But
sometimes you just got to cut your loss and move on. Okay. If Iketia wants to go on a free, if Lacazette wants to go on a free, at
we have no
least
choice.
as a club, have your target in mind. So this player are leaving. Even though if Arsenal doesn't sign any player in January, at least I want them to sign a striker. A striker that can the remainder of the season at least that is going to give you at least 15, 16 goals
Goals,
for the
So
remainder of the
I mean,
season.
you make a valid point, and I was also going to say this about Edin Ketia is that I mean, that has become obvious now that the
Mm,
type of striker he is what people will call a fox in the box. He's the kind of guy that if you have him on the pitch, you want
mhm,
to keep him in the box and
mhm.
feed him chances in the
That's right.
box. Right, you don't want to. It's not your type of guy that would be, displaying some great hold up play outside of the
Mhm,
box 18 or dribbling people or creating a ton of chances. No, he's the kind of guy that you keep him in the box, right?
mhm.
And you feed him and he will get you goals.
That's right.
Forget that we're playing Sunderland. You could see the technique of some of the shots. You know
Hmm.
that this guy, he has a brain in there. He knows
Hmm.
how to find the back of the net. And
That's
that's
right.
what he's good for.
Hmm.
And that is not the style of football Arteta plays. But
No,
we
it's
all
not.
know that any striker who wants to sit in the box and be fed chances will suffer greatly under Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
So
because is that not the reason why Aubameyang is not scoring goals because of the system he's playing? It's not. It doesn't suit the way Aubameyang play. You will see Aubameyang will go to another manager now. He will be back to old Aubameyang. He will be giving
it's
that
just
club
exactly
20,
once you
25 goals
play
a
to his
season.
strengths. So
Yeah,
we're not going to play to Nketiah's strengths. I don't know why we should keep him. Let me take a quick
you know.
comment here.
Hmm.
There are a bunch of comments here. I see Slayer just Ed Ben. He says Ben Shy. He says Eddie out. We have Gbemiro Omokayode, big ups to you. He says Edin Ketia is not good enough for this club. Are you all forgetting that in January 2021, West Ham offered us 25 million for him and we rejected? So we should have done the business since. I don't even want to go back to this because these are
That
some of the reasons why a lot of us are not really
it's
trusting
not
of the
only
current
him though. It's not
administration.
only him.
There are a bunch of players.
Ainsley
Maitland Niles,
making
you
nice
want
as
to
well.
mention
You
as
know.
well. Even if not this January, last summer, clubs
Hmm.
offered money to them for them. We could have sold them,
We could have sold
made the
them. Let them
money,
move
and we
on.
move on.
Hmm.
But you knew you weren't gonna play these players, yet you didn't sell them. You're just keeping them on your bench. It's really strange for me. So yeah,
Hmm.
you make a very good point there, Gbemiro. He also says Aubameyang will go to another club and smash it. I still do not think Aubameyang is washed up. The system Ateta plays has destroyed Partey and Aubameyang. I also think that as well
I
that
agree with
Aubameyang
that
is not
comment
is not a good
you
fit.
just read. I
Aubameyang
agree
is
with that.
clearly not a good fit for
Hmm.
Arteta's type of football, and that's
Hmm.
okay. I always say this, like, it's okay. It's not a problem, right? What I don't like, and I tweeted this earlier in the day, is that, like, I'm okay with us saying we don't want Aubameyang anymore. I'm okay with us even punishing Aubameyang for whatever offense he might have committed against the club. What I don't like is how we're now all of a sudden turning him into an outsider.
And
It's like you're
it's
turning
not.
him. The guy has been in this club. He has diligently served this club for almost 4 years now, right?
Hmm.
And he's been a core part of all the successes we've had in the
Hmm.
last, 3 years ish. And
Yeah.
you're making him an outsider, like he's no longer one
It's
of
no
us.
longer. It's no longer one of us.
I don't know. I
But
disagree with that treatment.
player have their downtime, so they have their ups time. Look at when we have a team that we're really struggling, and look at how that team they're not performing. Still, Aubameyang is still getting us goals from every angle. You understand what I mean? But now that
Yeah,
he's not getting the goals, then we just started to hate on him. Why? We don't
yeah.
need
As
to
in,
hate on him.
exactly, like, it's
Another
not
thing
playing anyways. Why
you know
must one be
another thing that always kind of amazed me is like people are quick to say, "Oh, this is how much he's earning. He should be doing this. He should be doing that. He should."
You
No,
begged him
look,
to sign the
listen,
contract?
listen. Let me say it this way. Even in a normal life, you go for an interview. They now said to you that the job role, the pay for the job role is within the pay for like, I'm just using as an example, the pay for the job role is within £50,000 a year to 100,000 a year, right? What are you going to be won't you be chasing the top end of that money?
Of course.
If you know how to negotiate, it's completely up to the club to accept what you say, okay, you want to collect. The player doesn't go to Arsenal and just say, if you know, he said he would go to them, okay, this is how much I want. It doesn't put the gun into their head. The club agree to say, okay, is that what you want? We're going to give it to you. It doesn't strangle them, or it doesn't put them in the corner and just say, okay, if you don't give me this money now, I'm going to kill everybody out. No, you have the right to say, okay, we don't want to pay you that. If you want to leave, leave. You can say that. But you decide to say, okay, we're going to pay you that amount of money because you want him to stay. That's why you agree with what he said he want. So I don't quickly go to say, oh yeah, this is how much is no, because it's
Plus,
not the one that kind
it's
of.
exactly like you. And when you offered him the contract, it wasn't ridiculous. At the time, yeah, it deserved it. Like, you were giving him. It's just what it is. I just don't like, all of a sudden he's not training with the team anymore. Every
Mhm.
time they talk about him, they talk about him like he's. Sometimes they even mention his name. It's like the manager talks about him like he's an enemy, right? And I don't like that, in my
Yeah, but
opinion.
another thing I think our manager is trying to do is trying to get rid of every single man that he has played with at Arsenal. So
Why?
you see now he has already how many people left there? Ballerina's gone, right?
Yeah, Bellerin is gone.
If you look at the goalkeeper, the all our back four, uh, None of them play with none of them play with Atata, right?
Yeah, of
Our
course. That's
midfield,
why I
none
mean
of
that's
them
why he
play.
likes a lot of young
A
players. You know
lot of
that
young players there
he's also a
because
young
he can
manager.
tell
He's trying
them
to
he
make
can
sure
tell
people
them
can
do
respect
this
him.
and they're gonna do it. He doesn't want any of the big players to kind of you know to question his authority at all. So that he just want to kind of bring in that style of that Manchester City system into Arsenal. You understand what I mean? So, and
Yeah.
it's two different club. Man City, they got some quality player, those the world class player. We don't have those world class player at Arsenal to try to do what Man City are doing. You just have to play to the strength of those players that we have. Because I remember Aubameyang then when he was playing under Arsene Wenger, when he's playing under Emery, Arsene Wenger always play at the shoulder of the last man. You will never see Aubameyang coming back to defend. He's always on the shoulder of the last man. Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it. It's a foot race, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and Atata comes back. He's saying that you have to come back to defend. You have to, and if you look at all the Manchester City striker, that's what they do. You have to walk, go on. You have to help the team back as well. You see Jesus in his own half as a striker.
I
You
mean,
see, you know.
it's the style of football, and to be honest, at the end of the day, the only reason why you would have such criticisms against that style is if the style is not
Mhm,
working and you're not winning. If you're winning,
mm,
then fine, like that's your style. It might not be the style we like, but if it's
mm.
getting us results and we're winning games or winning trophies, like we'll get behind it. It's
We
what it
get
is,
behind, yeah, yeah.
right?
But I'm only supporting the team though. No, no, I'm not supporting.
It's
To be,
just what
I'm
it
not
is,
supporting.
right?
Yeah,
Let me take a few comments and we'll move on.
yeah.
Bimmer also said Atesta still has not told us the real problem that happened. He just told us half of the story, not the real issue, and it could have been a flight delay. I
Mhm,
mean that's what it is, and I don't think he's even going to say any much more about it. Big
mhm.
ups to you, sentiments. Big
Sentiment,
ups to you.
yes, my man.
Thank you for always supporting us. He says I'm not on Aubameyang's case. I'm not on Aubameyang's case that much because if I'm Aubameyang, after winning the club the final and the Community Shield, the club says it is a process. Well,
Mm,
I mean, to be honest, like in retrospect, I'm sure if Aubameyang is thinking about it, he would probably have said, "Wow, I should have left.
mm.
I shouldn't have signed that thing."
You should know,
But it
yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, but it's not to me. It's not too late for him to if he wants to leave.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
if any club come for him, he might just have said, "Oh, look, I go to
It's
Atata
just
and
the
say, hey,
money.
Gaffer, I just want to go now." So I
Yeah,
think I think I've contributed to what you want to do, but it's not working for me.
and you don't want me
So
anymore anyway.
you don't,
So you
yeah,
might as well
yeah.
let me just
No,
go.
it doesn't need to say you don't want me anymore. So just say I've contributed to the to the style or everything that you're trying to do, but for me it's not working for me. I'm not giving you enough go a season that you will have liked. But I think it's time for me to face another chapter. Just
Yeah,
let him
yeah.
let him leave. So
Let the man go.
let the man go.
And I
But even
wherever he goes,
though
we'll be rooting
Lacazette
for
Lacazette is just keeping his own thing on a lay low. You will see end of the season.
him.
Lacazette is gone for free.
Lacazette
Even
is
in
definitely going.
January, he can talk to other clubs anyway.
Yeah, Lacazette is already
So
going. Is definitely going. I think, in fact, he has it at the back of his mind that he's leaving.
he's
So,
leaving.
and like Bemiro just aptly mentioned, I think this is in continuation of his previous comment that 18 months later they said it's a youth project. The project at Arsenal is a youth project, right? So, in that youth project, there's obviously no space for Lacazette, and he knows this. Right now that we haven't
Mm,
seen less than another striker, so the guy is just gonna go. He's playing well now, so that teams will notice him,
mhm.
and then he'll
He
be able
just
to
want to he
find a
just
good
want to get
club to
himself a better club. That's why
go
he's
to a better club and
putting a
go.
shift in for
We
Arsenal.
will even he knows that if he signs another contract at Arsenal, he might be
Uh,
putting himself
in
in
danger.
serious trouble.
It's true, you know.
So it is what it is. And let me just take this last comment and we'll move on. He says, let's remember Ateta told Willian he wants to win the Champions League in 3 years,
In
and now
three
we are
years.
no longer in. Oh, that one na PR. Na
Oh
Bobo in
my
the Bobo us
days!
that year.
He wants
Just
to
give
win the
us,
Champions
you
League in
don't give
3
us
years.
better PowerPoint. All of us
but
self we dey happy. Now we don't know say now that people are even
you
telling us that
mm,
the target is just for us to finish in a respectable position. We're not even trying to get into Champions League.
into
We want to
Champions
talk
League.
of winning
But
it.
remember what I said. I'm not sure whether you remember this. I said it before. As long as Mikel Arteta is still at Arsenal, yeah, Tottenham, and I'm going to say it again, Tottenham with Conte in charge, they will win the Premier League before Arsenal winning again. Seriously, I've said it before and I'm saying it again now. I want, if Tade is watching, I want Tade to kind of cut this, to edit this part. I can see it because I was watching the way Tottenham was playing yesterday against West Ham. Immediately they go 2-1 up. They just keep shutting everything down on West Ham. And West Ham, they are not an easy team to just beat like that.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
Antonio Conte started to put his own stamp on those Tottenham team. So
Which is true, and
you, because if Tottenham manage not to finish in any, because now they are now in the Europa Conference League again. If they
mhm.
manage not to finish in Champions League, like what Chelsea did about maybe probably 3 or 4 years ago when Conte was there, Chelsea was not in any European Cup
They
or
focused
anything.
on the league.
They won the title that year. Antonio Conte can do the same thing for Tottenham. They
Well,
might
I
win the
mean, if
Premier League
if they're able to build the squad for it, because I
for
think
it,
they also need more
but
quality players.
we will see. We will see. But if it doesn't happen, I will put my hand up and just take my word back.
Okay, so I mean, let's see what happens.
Mm.
Interesting times. The funny thing is, if they win all there, if everything was balanced now and they play the games in hand and they win, they'll be
They
above
will
us
be
in the
above
table.
us now. Mhm.
But it is what it is. We keep it moving. Let's talk about the Wolves game as well. So we have
Mm.
Norwich, and we spoke about that on Boxing Day. That's on Sunday, and then we have Wolves on Tuesday, the 28th.
Yeah,
Um, I'm Wolves. They're one of the teams that nobody really like. Nobody is really sure what they're doing. If you
they have
ask
a
me,
good manager.
they have
They
a
have a
good
good manager.
the Bruno Lage, or what's that
Hmm.
guy's name? It
Yeah,
seems like a really good manager.
they all Wolves always work hard for that guy.
Yeah. And I don't think that they've had the greatest season. Oh, I mean, funny enough, they're not doing so badly. They're eighth in the league.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
So
so I mean, I think it'll be an interesting matchup
we
against
just need
Wolves,
to
although
put
we're
we
playing
just
at
need
home.
to go and put we just need to go and put the correction to what happened last season when they get
Yeah.
the, yeah, so, we
They
that
beat
when they
us so
say,
man away last season. It was terrible.
yeah, we just need to go and put a correction to that to say, okay, this is a completely different Arsenal now. So we just have to kind of show them, we're definitely a bigger club where we can beat any team. So now we know that at home, our form at home are good. We just need to any game we're playing down the road, at least we just need to get something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I get that. Yeah, I mean, I think that we can probably. I'm more confident about the Wolves game because we're at home. And I
Mhm.
think that we have a decent home record.
Mhm.
Things seem to be going our way at the moment,
Mhm.
and we have that momentum behind us. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
right.
I assume that for Norwich and Wolves, each our
Mhm.
last two games this year, we can kill it in those games. And then when we now start the new year against West Ham, against Manchester City, we can know if it's going to be a free hit again or not. But we keep it moving.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be interesting. Big up to sentiment. Sentiment says Tottenham would definitely be in the Champions League before us.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see what happens there. Lemuro says what Chelsea have been in the last 15 years is what we smashed down Ivory for. We should be wanting to compete for major honors, not top four. And that's the truth. It's just that, like these days, when you say these things within national communities, they shut you down and tell you that you're being naive and you think that it's easy to rebuild. And I'm like, clubs have rebuilt in less time. I don't know what you guys
Mhm.
are saying.
Of course.
You guys always make it sound like, oh, a project years, we need 3 to 5 years. We don't.
Mhm.
You if you want to rebuild and get back the Champions League places in 1 year, you can. You just
Mhm.
need to put in the work, right? And you can't do it with an inexperienced manager. Well, it
Mhm.
is what it is. I
It
mean,
is
at the
what
end
it
of the
is.
day, the club has chosen the path and we're
Mhm.
forced to just agree with it because there's nothing we
Yeah.
can do about it.
There's
We just
nothing we
have to
can do
support the
about it.
club. Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
just
this
want to
is
I want to ask you a quick question before. Yeah, yeah. Carry on with the
so
comment.
the
I
comment
will
I was
ask
going to
you
read
after.
is that Tottenham are not our rivals. Chelsea are. Spurs did not win anything. That's a fact. Randy Viper is here. He
Randy
says, "My brothers,
Viper.
Mosi and Bemiga, big ups to you, Randy Viper." He says, "Show us the gun as Mossy." Theta out. Big ups to you. Anyways, Mossy boy, you have a question.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it's sentiment or Randy Viper then, but that was back in the days when we first started the show. I'm not sure whether it's Randy or whether it's sentiment. They always say that Leno is not he's not a good goalkeeper.
Oh,
Then
there's
I'm
one
not.
person that doesn't like
Yeah,
Leno. I think it's
I'm
Randy
not sure
Viper.
who always say that. But
I
what do
think
you
it's
think?
Randy
What do
Viper
you
that
think
doesn't
of
like
Leno
Leno.
yesterday? What do you think of Leno yesterday?
I don't know. Like Leno did, it was Sunderland, so there wasn't a lot of work
Yeah,
for him to
yeah,
do.
he doesn't really do anything
The
right.
the 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 goal they scored was not Leno's fault at the
He's
end of the
not letting.
day.
Yeah,
You can't really blame him, right?
yeah.
His defense had let him down.
Hmm.
Me
Hmm.
generally, and I always say this, right? Leno
Yeah.
is a good goalkeeper.
Eh,
I'm
but
not like a lot of
he's
Arsenal
got
fans.
mistaken him though.
No, a lot of Arsenal fans forget how what Leno has. That's how we are at Arsenal now. Once a player is no longer delivering at the level we want,
Hmm.
we just kill him and we forget all he had done before. So Leno, a lot of people talk about Ramsdale and a lot of good saves he has made this season. And no, I'm not taking anything away from Ramsdale. He's a fantastic goalkeeper, and I want him to continue being number one. But Leno has made a lot. He makes those kind of good saves as well. The
As well, yeah,
problem with
that's true.
Leno's game, and I will always say the first problem, just like you've mentioned, people like Aubameyang, is not a good fit for the style of play that the manager wants to play.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
can It's not good when you're playing out of the back. That's not the kind of
Hmm.
goalkeeper he is. It doesn't have the footwork that Ramsdale has. I see Ramsdale finding Lacazette from behind. Ramsdale, creating a chance for Martinelli from behind.
From
Leno does
behind, yeah.
not have that
And then he
ability in
doesn't
him.
have that, yeah,
What
no.
Leno has is he will stay there and he will stop shots. That's
Yeah,
what he is.
but one thing I want to if you I've watched Leno and I've watched Ramsdale for the short period of time Leno is at Arsenal. You see, Ramsdale, I'm not sure whether because Ramsdale is younger and is more agile. The way Ramsdale get out of his box so quickly, let's say maybe probably a striker is running to him, and the way he's going to come out and take the authority of his area is completely different from Leno. Leno doesn't. He's kind
Yeah,
of
Ramsdale
he's
just he has
slow. He's,
presence. Like Ramsdale has a lot
yeah,
of you would know he's there. And like
yeah.
he's just a
I
crazy
know there are
guy,
two different goalkeeper, but at
hmm
least that area, Matt Ryan. When we have Matt Ryan as a second
Yeah, I
goalkeeper,
remember that.
if Matt Ryan was in goal for us in one of the games, and I can see the way Matt Ryan command is that 6 yard box, but Leno doesn't.
Yeah.
It
Leno
doesn't.
doesn't. He
It
doesn't even
doesn't.
have, like he will just be there, he'll do a professional job, but like he doesn't
Yeah,
have that presence. And you're
that
absolutely
presence.
correct.
Yeah,
Right.
but
It's
look
why
at
I
Ramsdale.
can't really
Ramsdale
complain
always kind
about
of
him getting dropped for Ramsdale because Ramsdale has showed us all the things
mm,
we thought Leno didn't have. Ramsdale has
didn't have. Yeah.
displayed it with the shot stopping as
And
well. So
Ramsdale has got a very good pass from the back as well.
that man has it, man. I can't even take it away from him.
But
Like
they said he
I
was a
enjoy
midfielder
watching
before
Ramsdale.
he became a goalkeeper, innit?
I mean, that explains that, right? I really
Mm.
enjoy watching Ramsdale. I'm happy. I'm always sad when he doesn't get the clean sheet. I'm like, oh shit, man.
No,
This guy,
like
you can see that this means so much to him. Like he
yeah,
has
but
that going on.
the thing is, if a goalkeeper doesn't get a clean sheet, I won't be sad
You don't
because
mind now.
I don't mind. But me, I still have that as a Wenger philosophy in my head. Let's go out there and score more than our opponent, then we win the game. We
True,
don't
true.
be afraid to
To
concede goal.
concede goals, yeah, yeah.
If you come on with a clean sheet, is a bonus. But don't be afraid to concede goal. Go out there. That is what Leeds doesn't.
That's what they don't.
They don't have the if Leeds have the player to do. They have a very good midfield, and they maybe probably if they can get a magician like Cazola next to Philip in the midfield,
Man,
Leeds will be
they'll be
winning a
good.
lot of games.
They'll be good, yeah. And if they become
They
a
will
bit
be
more
good.
clinical in front, they'll be good.
Yes, that's right.
You're right. And I think a lot of people are commenting here. I
Yeah.
don't know what this comment is from sentiment, shall with his mouth. But I told you it's Randy Viper that doesn't like Leno. You can see he has come and
Yeah,
said
that is
Leno is
Randy.
shit.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't like Leno.
Yeah.
Bimure says that Wenger caused the top four mentality in our fans. Now the average Arsenal fan is ready to settle for less and not demanding the best. I agree, and it's one of the reasons why Wenger eventually left because, like, we had
Um,
gotten so used to the top four mentality, and
I'm
like when
not
top
I'm
four
not
is your
going to
aim, sometimes
listen. Let me
you know.
that comment that the other guy put that this one that Arsene Wenger actually get the top four mentality onto our fans. Okay, first of all, let me first of all say then if then when Arsene Wenger said, okay, I want to finish the top four, people always say top four is a trophy for Arsenal.
Yeah,
Every single Premier League wants to finish in fourth place now. Every single, and then they will be cursing Arsenal that top
for
four is a
finishing in
trophy.
first place. Yeah,
Even
I
Man
remember that.
United, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, they want to finish fourth in the table. The reason being is because you finish in fourth place, you automatically qualify for Champions League.
True,
You get the Champions League money, and you understand what I'm saying. It's not
true.
only just finishing, just getting the team to fin. There is a lot of thing that is
That
that
comes
is
with
tied
it.
to it,
That comes with it.
that comes with it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
and I think unfortunately the problem is, I mean, we all loved Wenger, and Wenger didn't
mhm.
even have to have he didn't have to spend a lot of money to still make that top four
And another
consistently.
thing, just let me finish what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Another thing, then, if not because, okay, we built a new stadium then, okay, and we're trying to pay for the stadium. We're selling all our best player. The best position that he thinks he can get us Champions League is to finish top four, right?
Hmm.
So we sell all our. We have to sell Van Persie. We have to sell Cesc Fabregas. We have to spell Nasri. Song. All our best players just keep going out of the club. If we didn't build that new stadium, we still stay at Highbury. Most of our best player,
We
Arsene
wouldn't have
Wenger will
left the
win
way they
another
left.
title before he actually retire.
Yeah, absolutely true.
Hmm.
Absolutely true.
So,
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Wenger did a lot for the club. He did it on a lean budget as well. I feel like, in fact, he indulged the owners so much that they got used to not spending money, right?
hmm,
And now we're trying to sort of correct that culture because now in football you have to spend money. It's
yeah,
also
you
one of the
have
things
to
that
spend
hurts
money.
me a little
Yeah,
bit because I feel like, I mean, in his mind, he was doing the right thing for the club at the time. He made a lot of sacrifices for the club, but I just
yeah,
wish that,
because the club never been a loss.
yeah,
So every time he do,
he made a lot of
so
sacrifices for the
like
club.
then Arsenal don't buy world class. They produce world class
We used to
players.
produce world class, yeah.
So and
Um,
still they still kind of we produce a world class player and we sell them for money, and we still finish top four. We are in the Champions League. We get to the Champions League with Keats, we get smashed up. You
right,
understand what I mean?
exactly.
So
So, I mean, my point is, at that point, it seemed like it was almost a trade-off between what the fans wanted, and what the fans clearly wanted was we wanted to be winning trophies, winning the league,
trophies, yeah.
competing in the Champions League. We wanted trophies, right?
Hmm.
So it was a trade-off between giving the fans what they wanted or giving the board what they wanted, right?
What they
Do you
wanted,
understand?
yeah.
Because the
Hmm.
board wanted that self-sustaining model, they wanted to continue to make money.
Hmm.
And but the problem is with the kind of squads we had at the time, managing young players, it was going to be hard to go to the Champions League and win it. So it was
Hmm.
almost that trade-off, and it seems like he chose to protect the club and the board, and other than winning trophies. But it is what it is. It's in the
Hmm.
past now. Wenger has been gone
Yeah,
for years now,
for
right?
years now. Yeah,
The
that's right.
people that are there right now, they've spent money. Let them deliver trophies now. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
And
but Birmingham still, it's not that we don't win trophy. We are winning FA Cup still.
yeah, yeah,
If
but
you understand what I
Arsene
mean.
Wenger fed us FA Cup. He overfed us with FA
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah,
Now a lot of Arsenal fans. That's why I
yeah, but
wonder sometimes when people justify Ateta with FA Cup. I'm like, are you
FA
people
Cup, I was
normal?
like,
You
what?
people have
People
eaten
not real.
FA Cup has become
No, no,
your
no,
breakfast. What is wrong with you?
no,
Is
no,
this the
no, no.
thing that would
Do you know the number of FA Cup Arsene Wenger has won?
who
If
cares?
I go to the bathroom, I shit out FA Cup.
Understand?
You understand what I mean?
Like you can get to the point where like if you win the FA Cup, like okay, you guys are won the FA Cup again. Now only
Again,
you. It's like Manchester City and Carabao Cup.
and
So you get
Carabao
like
Cup.
they can't be upset now that they're out of the Carabao Cup. They're like, dude, we've been winning it back to
We've
back for
been
how
winning.
many years?
You
Like,
you remember when we are in
give
when we
something
are in the
else.
FA Cup for 3 years in a row, and when I don't know which team that beat us then. When the commentator said, finally is the end of the road for Arsenal in the FA Cup. The same thing they said, the same thing against Man City. Finally is the end of the road for
Yes,
Manchester
for Man
City in the
City.
Carabao
So
Cup.
it's what it is. That's why I'm like, I beg, I
You know,
beg. I know Ateta, fine. He played 3 games in the FA Cup and he won the trophy. Cool,
Y-
cool, cool. But like, please, please, please. I need more than that. I need challenging for the league. I
you
need
know,
challenging in the biggest trophies. Let's, stop this, right? So, I mean, Randy Viper says Leno is okay, but not Premier League level. Now, you sabi that one, Randy Viper. Eh? It's better than the number of
I
Premier
agree
League
with him
goalkeepers.
on
I
that
don't know
one.
what you are saying.
I agree
He
with
says,
him big
now
time.
you sabi Mossy boy. He says, I'm very happy with how Ateta has dealt with Leno. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's fine. That's perfect.
to be
He dealt with
honest,
it.
like Leno
So
can't get into the team right now. It's just what
right,
it is,
no, not right
and
now.
is sadly,
Unless if Ramsey get injured or
G
something.
gets.
Even
If
though
not,
if Ramsey have a really bad game, it will still be
it's
in goal
not
in the
getting
next game.
dropped. Trust me,
It's not getting
it will
dropped.
have
No,
to like really, 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 really be terrible
bad.
before it
Yeah,
get. And I
yeah.
don't think that's gonna happen. So like, Leno is no longer number
Because
one at
this the
Arsenal.
confidence
So
of Ramsey right now is
I don't even want
sky
him to get
high.
dropped. I want to see him on that pitch every Premier League game, man. That guy has
Mm.
got it.
I'm
So
now I'm actually a lot of people now because I'm one of the people that are saying I don't want Ramsdale. I don't,
me too, me too.
but
We all said it.
but
Like,
he
this
proved me
relegation
wrong,
goalkeeper,
which I'm
but
happy. I'm
hands
happy
up,
with that.
like this guy has proven everybody wrong,
And you
and
can
now we
see
like him.
people are not talking about like what is it? People stop talking about Martinez now. So
Exactly. No one is upset about
no
Martin.
one is
Martinez, even
upset.
if he's talking about us now, we don't care because, dude, we've replayed. We have a good goalkeeper, goalkeeper that is doing better than
Mm,
you right now. So you can say
mm,
whatever you want to say, you know. And this is why, like, I need people to realize as well that when you say some people haven't impressed, they just really haven't impressed. Ramsdale has impressed, and you can
hmm
see that, like, you have to be a hater to still be shitting on
So,
Ramsdale right
right,
now.
that's right.
You
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
have to know that. Like, but
Man,
with Ben
no,
White, he has not impressed.
that guy is absolutely immense, man.
Ben White has not impressed. If
Do
he's
you know the
impressed, we
number
will say
of
has
time this
impressed.
guy has been a man of the match for Arsenal?
Do you get, like, guy's good, man. Anyway,
Uh,
let's move on. Gomero says the round has been amazing. I'm not getting over hyped up because we won 20 games unbeaten in Leno in goal when he first started. People said he's better than Martinez. I mean, we've said it again. Arsenal fans, once a player is not delivering the bag anymore, their player is dead. Aaron Driver says, I'm telling you, Leno will never win a trophy with any club or country as a starting goalkeeper. Now, we're predicting people's future. And Randy Viper is here predicting people's future. Gwembro says 18 months later, no one likes Leno anymore and curses him. So I'm not getting over the moon with Ramsdale. I won't be surprised if Ramsdale starts to shit the bed today. These are not fans that like him. They will
Arsenal
tear
fan
him
will just
apart in a
they will
moment.
just
It
turn
is
on
what
him
it
now.
is. Randy Viper says it's only if only that bias pun the Tade was here. I told him I told him so about Leno. Oh my goodness. Tade, I'm sure he watches this show and just laughs. He said, I never liked Leno from the start. Overhyped, overrated, arrogant, selfish prick. This is something that was funny to me about Leno is that a year ago, or maybe a year and a half ago, people said he was arrogant, he was overconfident on the pitch. All of a sudden, now when you see him, the confidence is gone, man.
It's gone, man. Yeah,
It's
yeah, it is.
gone. And
It's
I
gone.
just think that's sad. I want him to leave as well.
Mm.
Let him leave. Let us get the proper backup. I don't
No,
think he
but
should be a
if you leave,
backup.
who are we gonna get for as a
I
backup?
don't agree that Leno should be a backup. I think that we should sell him, get money off him,
Nothing
and go
wrong.
and buy a
Nothing.
backup.
Listen. Leno. Nothing wrong with Leno being a backup goalkeeper.
Okay.
Trust. He
Yes.
is he's good enough to be a backup goal, but he's not good to be a number one goalkeeper because club put that in his head because they told him he's number one. Remember
You mean Ateta,
when
right?
yeah, remember when Martinez was in goal for us and he was
Yeah.
doing well. They asked him and he said that, oh yeah, because he knows that he's number one because the club told him that he's number one, and not
Oh, okay. I get your point. I get your
so
point.
they put that in his head, man. Just they should
It is
just
what
tell
it
him.
is. Sentiment says it is a rat. We are rats. Oh man, this comment section is blowing up right now. Wimero says our club got finished when Wenger said top four is a trophy and we lost 8-2 at Old Trafford in August 2011. After that, I was Wenger out and I never changed. The aim of elite sports is to win trophies, not to come third loser, which is for the day of longevity in football. Over if a manager does not get the target, he is sacked. Well, Arsenal does not have the mind to do that. That's Chelsea. If you don't get it in Chelsea, you're gone.
You're
Imagine
gone.
that
You're
people
gone.
are even saying they should sack Thomas Tuchel already. That's that ruthless
Why? Why?
mentality.
Why?
Yeah, that
Why would
ruthless
they?
mentality, because they're looking at it and they're looking and they're already worried that they might not win
Yeah,
any
but
trophy this
the
season.
thing. Let me say this. The thing is Thomas Tuchel. If he doesn't win the trophy any trophy this season, next season, he doesn't win anything. They will get rid of
It's
him.
gone, of course, of course,
They will get rid of him. Yeah.
of course. In a
Chelsea is
heartbeat.
not a club that you have to go 2 seasons
You
without
don't
winning
win,
anything.
you're gone. That one, they don't need joke with
You're
that one.
out. Yeah.
It says don't be surprised Tuchel will get sacked before Ateta, despite winning them the Champions League. Top clubs like Chelsea are ruthless, and that's what
This
we're
is not
just
the
saying.
first time we see a manager win Chelsea a Champions League. The following season, he gets sacked. If I turn on the TV tomorrow and I heard the news that Tuchel has been sacked by Chelsea manager, it's not going to surprise me.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, yeah.
that is
I
Chelsea
wouldn't be
for you.
surprised by that as well. It's just what
Yeah.
it is. Um, uh, let's take some other comments. Randy Viper says there's a super chat waiting. I have not seen the super chat. When we see it, we'll read it. He said he's not showing up in the chat. That's interesting. I wonder why. Gwimero also says Ben White is not good enough for us now. People will realize it in 18 months' time that we overpaid for a crap centre back. We should have brought back Saliba.
Agreed, man. Ben White to me is not. I will be saying it. That is the level he's going to get to. It's not going to. A lot of people saying that because it's 20, maybe is it 20, 23, 24. That is still.
Whatever it is, the
Let me
guy is
tell
a
you
good.
one thing. Even Eddie Nketiah cannot get better than what he is now. So it's not going to be. It's not going to be kind of if even I will take Ramos. Ramos that is nearly 40. I will take Ramos to come and play in our defense than Ben
Ramos will
White.
collect plenty red cards.
Yeah, I don't care because you're going to know that you got a monster at the back.
You
You
get like
understand what I mean?
I don't know, man. I'm just not convinced about Ben White.
I'm not convinced
We'll
at
see
all.
what happens.
Because
Um,
for example, now let me say this. For example, when Liverpool are struggling in the defense, look at when they brought Van Dijk. He steadied. We pay 50 million for Ben White. You should be kind of like, okay, when the ball comes to
and
him,
that price tag will haunt him. It's like what happened with Pepe right now. The
yeah.
price tag will
Do you do,
haunt you.
do you think if any club come for Van Dijk now, they will be asking Liverpool will be asking that club to be paying over 200 million for him because
Oh, of
b-
course.
I've never since I've been watching Van Dijk, yeah, I've never seen a striker run past him. He always
Except from
he
Pepe,
kind of
Shao.
put
Pepe did
himself.
it in like how many minutes when we first played them?
Did we win the game that time?
No, we didn't.
So say no more. It's not. No, look, listen. If you have a defender like Van Dijk, even if the goalkeeper is shit, yeah, the confidence of that goalkeeper will come up because he knows that he's got a defender that can steady things.
True,
Because for
true.
me, going to Brighton and be paying Brighton 50 million pound for Ben White,
And it
come
was
on,
Ben
man.
White we got out of that money, not if we could have gotten Bisuma and Lamptey. Did you get for the same
I'm
amount?
telling you, we could make. I'm still telling you, this guy is not better than what we got. What does it? A lot of people are just thinking because he drive out with the ball. Drop holding can do the
To be
same thing.
honest, and I don't think that that's a special skill
It's no.
right now.
Gabriel can do that. Gabriel can drive the ball out
Funny
like
thing,
that.
and I'll say this about Gabriel, a lot of Ben White gets a lot of the media attention, but Gabriel is really even the stats. If I pull up the stats for you
It's
now,
for you.
tackles won,
What I
clearances,
got
aerial
header
balls, even goals.
goals.
Gabriel is miles ahead of Ben White.
Of
But people
course.
people talk about Ben
And
White
how
because he's
much do we pay
English.
for Gabriel?
you know, exactly. It is what it
Man.
is. Rand Viper says no. Mercy Boy Leno is not worthy as number two. He's not even good enough to be number three.
Randy, come on, man.
Oh, come on, man. Randy Viper, you want to kill this
Oh my
Leno, man.
days.
It says the chat is on fire over that Leno topic right now. Yeah, and it is on fire. It says the only 50 million Brighton should have gotten was for Bissouma to partner with Partey. I
Yeah.
have been Xhaka since September 2017 when we lost 4-0 to League. This Bemiro, you don't even get forgiving spirit. You don't show now because and
But
so he say
I just
now
I
since
keep agreeing.
2011. The guy remembers the day he turned against
I tell you.
everybody. Oh my
Let me
goodness.
tell you one thing. All the comment Bemiro is putting on there, I agree with them, man. The
Yeah,
only one I just want to say is any team, when he said that we get beat by 8-2 by Manchester United, at least they beat us 8-2 at Old Trafford. They didn't win the title, but Arsenal has gone to Old Trafford and beat Manchester United and won title from at Old Trafford before. So the teams have been beaten 9-0. Teams have been beaten worse than 8-2, but any things like that can happen in football. So
Mhm.
8-2 is to me, that 8-2 is is nothing to
Yeah.
me.
I mean,
So
to be honest, I am one of the people who rate Xhaka,
mhm,
right? But one of the things that I always say is I'm not for any player to be here permanently. I'm
yeah.
okay. Sell him as long as you are replacing him with somebody that is better. Well, I'm good.
Mm,
You get let him go and do you get all these players. Man, I know today like today they attached to players now because
mm.
it's bad. You get a lot of
But
us are
this is
really
you
attached
see
to Aubameyang, and that's why it's really painful.
this is why I'm a bit upset about, I would say a little bit upset about this Aubameyang situation. For Xhaka to come back to be putting on Arsenal shirt,
After the
come on, man.
guy did the
The,
worst thing, I
what,
don't
the,
know if
what
what
he
Xhaka did
did,
can be worse
is
than what Aubameyang
worse
ever did.
than what Aubameyang
Xhaka stood in front of the fans and told everybody to fuck off,
to fuck off,
and he still
because
came back.
he still came back. The news
But
that we're here,
Aubameyang needs to
the
be
news
killed
that
for
we're
being late.
hearing is the news that we're hearing about Aubameyang is his mom is not very well.
Yeah, that's the news we're hearing about him. That his mom
The
isn't.
news that we're hearing is mom is not very well, right?
Mhm.
Anything, any other thing, if my well, if any of my family fall sick or anything, I just have to, and I'm in the position that I'm the one that have to take care of them, then every other thing is a secondary to me. So if his mom is not very well, or they overstayed and they missed their flight or whatever, at least, and I'm sure Aubameyang will have called Atata and said, okay, look, this is the situation, and at least you should be reason to that. For you to be coming out to the media to say, you like I said last week, you can come out to the media and say, okay, Aubameyang has decided to kind of to not to captain Arsenal Football Club anymore due to personal reasons, and we have given him 2 weeks off to sort himself out. Then after 2 weeks, then people will not ask him any further question, because you came out and you said, oh, due to what's it called, disciplinary reason, and every every week you name your team, they will be coming back to you to be asking you question. Is Aubameyang in the team today? Is Aubameyang in the team today? It's just because of the way you present it,
Yeah, yeah.
because that shows the level of experience of this manager. Arsene
Mhm.
Wenger will never do that. He will never throw any of his player under the bus.
Yeah. And again, I like I always say, the manager is inexperienced. It is what it is. You can't. That's just facts on
He's
facts,
going to
right?
learn. He's going to
This is
learn.
his
He will learn
first
from it.
job, and these are the exact mistakes that
Mhm.
an inexperienced manager would make. It's
Would
just what
make
it is.
next
To
time he will know how
it's
to
his
present it
fault,
to the
but at
media
the end of
anyway.
the day, some people put him there and didn't put the
Hmm.
right kind of support around him. So it's
Hmm.
on them. So no problem. We keep it moving. Check a few more comments. We'll be trying to wrap up the show now. Wemiro says Ben White is just a better looking Mustafi or Seaside Mustafi. He's not Seaside Tony Adams. We even call him Fenty Mustafi. Just fine boy version of
But that
Mustafi.
that is a very good comment there. Mustafi has put his body on the line better than Ben
Damn
White.
Ben White. Oh my God. This is
The
the
only thing, Mustafi is quicker. He can defend. I would say he can
Mustafi
defend
can pass. He can make
pass.
long passes. We saw it a lot of times at Arsenal. Ben White can't.
So
He needs to drive. Alaye, by the time you drive, if you lose the ball in midfield, you've put everybody in trouble.
hmm
Pass the ball from your defense. That's what they
hmm
said you're good at. I
hmm
don't know, man. Since the Kroenkes have been full on us since 2018, we spent about 500 million. That's the most in Europe. But apparently, you are negative for saying we should compete. You know that one. All these arguments. I'm still sad we never went for Conte or Allegri. That's just the truth, right? We all know. I've said it on this show before that no club at this level has ever done what we did before. We
Hmm.
got a manager that has never managed before. You
Hmm.
get, like, even when you look at the clubs that have gone back to get old players, those players had some experience. Lampard had
Hmm.
managed, Solskjaer has managed. You
Hmm.
know, even Xavi that has gone to Barcelona now,
He has
he had
managed.
managed.
Yeah,
No
what's it called?
club,
Aston Villa manager Steven Gerrard. He
Gerard
has
had
managed.
managed. No club
And they
has
all
done
went out. They
what
all
we
went out.
did.
They all went out from England to go and
England.
manage.
Do you understand?
To go
No
and
club has ever, no club at this level did what Arsenal did. In, like, you got a manager that had not
someone
managed before.
because he's sitting next to Pep
Because
for
I'm
less
like,
than 3 years
what did you see? What did he tell you? What did he show you to convince you? Like, he
to
showed you
convince you
PowerPoint
that he's
slides.
capable for the job.
Did he show? Was it PowerPoint slides, or was it just like Pep said it's good, so it's good, so I'm gonna sign him? Like, what did he
Oh
show
my
you? You
days,
know,
man.
it was the weirdest decision, and we're paying for it at the moment. And they've now even, like, they've silenced a lot of people with PR. If you talk now, you are in trouble. If you talk that
Mm,
Teta is not good, you are in absolute trouble. But it is what it is. Before we wrap up the show, let's just touch on a few things. I want to touch on a few things. One is, AFCON is coming. We know AFCON is coming in January.
mhm.
Three players we know are gonna leave us: Aubameyang, Pepe, and Thomas Partey.
No, I think
Right.
Aubameyang is already training.
Um.
He is already. Well, they want him to be training so he can get fit for AFCON anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think obviously Aubameyang might not be a miss because he's not playing anyways.
Mhm.
So we've in a way saved ourselves from
We
that
got we got
situation.
players that can we got players that can come in for party
Pepe as
anyway.
well isn't playing, and then there's Partey. But I think Partey is
Mhm.
probably the most significant one because Pepe
Yeah,
isn't playing as well. So
well,
if
Pepe hasn't done anything. What's it called? Party hasn't done anything spectacular for us in the middle anyway. So
so for you, it would just be Lokonga to come back in, or Maitland Niles to now partner with Xhaka in midfield.
but Atata we kind of I think Lukonga will probably come in before Maitland Nice because Lukonga always play in front of him anyway. So yeah, it will probably kind of see who is it. I think it will see
Huh.
who can play next to Xhaka between out of those two.
Do you think it's time to go and bring Bisuma? Oh, Bisuma is even going to AFCON as well, so
Is going to
it
AFCON as
doesn't
well.
change
So
anything. Okay, that's
mm,
interesting. But I wanted to tell us before the last person I'm going to talk about now before we go now is Nicolas Pepe,
mm.
right? Do you think Nicolas Pepe should be getting back into the team?
Yes, but the only thing is, I want us to have the type of Nicolas Pepe player on the bench, or maybe probably if they want to start. For example, now if you look at Man City, not every time Mahrez start the game for them,
True,
but if you look at Manchester City bench, if anybody they're bringing in is a threat,
it's trouble.
right? It's
Hmm.
trouble. So that's the type of player we want to have on the bench. That if this player is coming out, the next person that is coming in will not even give the opponent a rest. So when Pepe time comes, then he needs to take it like against Sunderland. He start the game, he take the opportunity, and then he's telling the manager that look, this is what I can do. So he needs to go anytime we're playing the now we got Liverpool now, go and do exactly the same thing you did against Sunderland,
Sunderland and do it
to
against
go and do
Liverpool.
that against Liverpool. Then
Yeah,
give the manager a headache to say, okay, yes, this is what I can do. Give me a game in the Premier League, then we can
we'll see
then
what happens. Okay.
well, let's see what
I mean,
happens.
because I think he made a good showing of himself against Sunderland, even though he's still, like, on Twitter. I don't
Hmm.
argue with that. People don't like Pepe at all. They still
Hmm.
killed him after that performance against
Yeah, but
against
the
Sunderland.
thing is, one thing I don't fancy is any if okay, let's look at it this way. Saka is starting ahead of Pepe, right? But if and they both play from the right, okay. If Atata decide to say, that, okay, Saka, I've seen enough, come off.
He
The,
brings on
the next person,
Nketiah.
the next person I want to be seeing coming on that pitch is Pepe. not Nketiah.
But the man brings on Nketiah now. I'm like,
Then why?
what you doing? What is
To
this?
me, that is a wrong substitution. But if you're chasing a game, let's say you're losing like 2-1 and you're chasing a game, that is when I want to see, okay, let's take out the midfielder and put in a striker.
Yeah,
If you're
let's
having
double
two,
up, you know,
yeah, let's double
up
up.
front.
And the ball can fall to any of the three striker you have on the pitch, and they're going to bury it. Not like when you are kind of winning the game 2-0, and you bring out Saka, and you bring in you're sending Ketia in. And what sort of substitution is that?
Strangest, all those strange substitutions that Arteta
Y-
likes to
y-
make. I
To
don't.
me,
That guy
to
sometimes.
me, it kind of is at this stage of his career at Arsenal. No, we shouldn't be experimenting anything again. You should know your first 11 by now.
Do you get? And you shouldn't be. My own is, and I might be wrong, right? But sometimes it almost seems like you are keeping malice with your own players. So you
Mm,
see that this is the right thing to do, but you just wouldn't do it because
mm.
you seem not to really fancy the player. I don't know. It's the strangest thing that we've experienced with this Ateta. I can't lie. Like sometimes decisions are scary. Osman Ali is here, and of course, when Osman Ali shows up, it takes a swipe at Tade first. Right? It says some people show up, some go into hiding. The youngsters show up again this week. Ateta and Tade have vanished. It says G and MP. I guess that's going to get Mossy Boy showed up again. Now on to Norwich. Big ups to you, Usman Ali. Thank you for watching. Tade is going to come back and defend himself one of these days. Gwemiro says, do not think that we are going to see behind the scenes in the Amazon documentary. This thing is just going to PR Mikel Ateta globally. Maybe the one episode might just be Ateta is a genius. I'm sure that Amazon documentary, by the time it comes out, it will the
Yeah, but
PR for agenda for
let me tell
Ateta,
you, let me let me
it will
let me
skyrocket.
let me tell you one thing. Yeah, I would say this: if everything go to worse for him, I don't think they're gonna bring it out.
Well, yeah. Do you know that? Let me tell you, what's boy. If we make top four this season and that Amazon documentary
They
comes
will they
out,
will release it,
just know
right?
that Ateta's transfer value is going up. He's going to get a 10-year contract with this club. That guy, the media will not recover from the PR. I'm telling
Mm.
you, he said Pepe scores more goals than Saka, which is absolutely true. It's
Yep,
not his
that's
fault.
correct.
It cost 72 million. It needs a better overlapping right back. Tomiyasu does not overlap for him. And Pepe they suffer. Pepe will be say for Premier League, they're always doubling up on him. So he's in trouble. And that's why everybody
Hmm.
says he needs support, which is why they say get him an overlapping right back
But
because at
another
least
thing, another
he
thing
can
in
create a triangle with the right back and the number 10. But
yeah,
it
but
is what it
another
is.
thing, we're short of striker. Why don't you try to
Try
try
him as a striker.
as a
I
striker?
think I know
You know.
Gavin Pepe. We all know that one. We'll just move
Mhm.
on. Even this Martinelli now, where they play well, we know say Ateta
We know say
before
Ateta no
know
like
they
him now.
feel Martinelli with a beg
Uh-huh.
and beg and beg and now because your
Uh-huh.
Aubameyang don't fuck up now. Now why Martinelli they see game. But
Mhm.
anyways, so when I look at Martinelli playing well now, some fans want to say Ateta's money. If I give you slap, this guy that we've been begging Ateta to use.
to use.
Is this not the same thing that happened with Smith Rowe? Were we not
Mhm.
begging him to use Smith Rowe before he had no choice but to bring him on?
Mhm.
Anyways, Maitland used to do it, but Ateta has hung them out to dry. It is what it is now. I do not care about age. If you put Pepe either in Man City or Liverpool's team, it will smash it. Don't you see all these players and Pepe, Martinelli? Don't give them to Klopp. If you give them to Klopp will create monsters out of them.
I'm telling you, man.
Absolute monsters.
Hmm.
Sentiment says Pepe should never have been dropped. It's clear of Saka, who has 2 or 3 goals in 27 games in 10 months, which is true. I mean, Pepe had 16 goals last season and 5 assists. I don't know how you
Hmm.
can compare that to Saka. But just said the exact same thing. Pepe was our top goal scorer last season. Yes, Pepe can be frustrating to watch, but he can score out of nothing, and that's his strength.
But
And
you
this is
said it. But you said it though. Look at
yeah,
look at Salah. Salah give the ball away more than Pepe though.
it is. I checked that
And
stat again. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? In
mhm.
the Premier League, when it comes to dispossession, number one on the list last time I checked was this guy Zaha from
Zaha.
Crystal Palace.
Mhm.
Number two was Alan St. Maximin from Newcastle, right?
Mhm.
I think Salah was like 4 on the list. Mane was not far off that list as well. These are the players that keep the ball the most. So
Mhm.
yes, they will be the one who will be dispossessed the most. That's the logic. the more the player gets the ball, the higher the chances that it will be dispossessed. And
Yeah,
these
of
people
course.
get dispossessed, but the beauty is that when they don't get dispossessed, they can create goals for you
It goes for you, yeah.
in an instant.
Sharp,
Do you
sharp.
get? It's what it is. And you need to play to those strengths. But my guy knows Sabi that kind of thing. My guy if you dey fuck up, if
No,
you
and
dey
the
lose
thing is,
ball,
say
they'll
Ateta
pull
know,
you.
say if you go down, you don't lose that much with that.
Osman Ali don't like Pepe. He say Pepe is too brainless for this system. He should be sold. So we recruit some of his transfer fees back. It didn't flop. It didn't fit in. Oh well. I mean, that's a strong opinion. I don't really agree with that, but I mean, Shapil Lawan, big ups to you. I don't think I've said his name before.
No.
Big ups to you, Shapil. Thank you for watching Lasgidi Effect. He says Ateta doesn't like him. I'm guessing he's talking about Pepe now.
Mhm.
Sentiment says Ateta my blood clot. Oh my man. It is what it is. Anyways, I think we're going to wrap up the show now. This
Yeah.
has been another interesting episode. Before we started, months ago, and I said we'll do 30 minutes. If I hear we've done, way past an hour now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're really excited for the last two games. Hopefully, Arsenal can see those two games through, get the 6 points, and then we face Man City in January. Also, big ups to everybody who is watching the show. Big ups to everybody who has been commenting. Bemiro, Osman Ali, Sentiments, Randy Viper. Big ups to all of you. Big ups to everybody watching the show. There's still comments coming in there. Bemiro says Pepe is one of our top 3 technically gifted players. Our top 3 best players are Martinelli, Pepe, and Tierney. Interesting. Our sentiment says someone handing Osman Ali's transfer request. Anyways, so Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yep.
We should be back again next week. It'll
Yep.
probably be the last show for the year. I will probably
Definitely.
take a good overview of Arsenal season and Arsenal time in 2021.
That's right.
But until then, big ups to all of you. We'll see you
We will
again
see you
next
next week.
week.
Merry Christmas,
Last
everybody,
Effect.
and I
Merry
will see you.
Christmas.
Yeah.
See you next week. Bye, guys.
Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Licky, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there. Tori,